Let me tell you something I wish somebody had told me on my first day. Being a spy is nothing like you see on TV. Showdowns in exotic locales, death-defying car chases, seemingly limitless food and beverage per diems. Those days are over. What we deal with is the collection and manipulation of information, plain and simple. And thanks to the wonders of telephone communication, we don't even have to leave our desks anymore. Is it fun? Not really. Does it pay well? Well, that depends on how long you've been here. But listen, if you keep your head down and do what's asked of you, 15, 20 years down the line, you could have a nice looking corner office just like this one. Heated underground parking, too. Not too shabby, is it?
Sounds okay.
Yeah, I'm not too bowled over by you either, but let's try to make the best of it. Since it's your first day, let's see what they taught you in the academy. The woman we're about to call is Lacey Mendoza. She's a production manager at our latest competitor, Rev Inc. Our top engineer, a fellow by the name of Sebastian Cartwright, was working on a top-secret project when he was abducted along with his plans. We're beginning to think that Cartwright might be involved in whatever they're doing over there at Rev, and possibly against his will. There's 3 things I'm going to need you to find out. 1. Where this test facility is located. 2. What's the easiest point of entry. And 3. Whether or not they have Sebastian. I pulled all the information I could on Lacey and compiled it in this scrapbook. It's not much, but it might help you gild the lily. Any questions?
What's Rev Inc.?
No idea. There's nothing on the books to prove it exists. My guess is that it's just a front for one of the big boys.
Tell me more about Sebastian.
Brilliant engineer. Bit of an eccentric. Has a Jones for clean energy, whatever that is.
How do I use the scrapbook?
It's a scrapbook. You turn the pages with your hands and look through it with your eyes. Then your eyes take what they see to your brain, and your brain uses that to come up with ideas. Though maybe not in your case.
Any advice?
Get her to trust you. Pretend to be someone from her past. Someone she cares for but hasn't kept in touch with. Old classmate, former co-worker, that sort of thing. Whatever you do, don't pretend to be a loan manager. You won't make it past hello.
Enough talk. Let's call her up.
This is an important mission, so make it count.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours. This is Lacey. Who's speaking?
Only the best roommate you've ever had.
Clara? You sound really different.
So do you. I actually thought you were a man when you first picked up.
Really? Well, it's probably just a bad line or something.
That's probably it.
You're not with Docilio, are you?
Who's Docilio?
Never mind. We've just had a lot of outside interference lately, and we need to be extra careful about who we speak to. So if you really are Clara, I'm going to need some proof. Why don't we start with you telling me the address of our old apartment?
.42 Overlook Terrace.
Wow, it really is you! But how on earth did you get this number?
I used my psychic abilities.
Wait, you're actually telling me that you're psychically gifted?
Test me. I love creating new believers.
All right, what country am I in?
the USSR.
Wrong. That was a trick question. I'm not actually in a country. I'm on a private island 30 miles northeast of Tahiti. What else you got?
I sense that you are in a heavily guarded facility.
Kinda. We have a guard blocking the entrance at all times. But there's also a grate that leads through the ventilation system, which you can enter by shorting the alarm system. And if you were a real psychic, you would have known that. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get Sebastian to come up with a better security system. We're 4 weeks away from shipping, and if the world gets wind of our invention before then, we'll be ruined!
Wow. People will reveal almost anything if it means being right. That's everything you need. Wrap it up before she gets wise.
So why are you calling, Clara?
There's someone at the door. Can I call you back?
Don't bother. We're not allowed to speak to outsiders while we're here in the compound. I wasn't even allowed to give this number to my family in case of emergency. Wait a minute. How did you get it?
Told you I was psychic.
You managed to get everything we need without tipping her off. It can't help but wonder if that was more luck than skill, though. Why don't you take a break? I guess you've earned it.
So, what should I call you? Barney? Mr. Turner?
Folks around here call me Turn.
Does that mean they're going to start calling me Kova?
No.
All right. Good talk. When's our next case?
We don't have a next case. That phone call was a taste of what you might get to do in a few years, after you pay your dues.
I've done 4 years of espionage school. I've paid my dues.
Company policy: all outside intelligence employees must have 2 years' experience before accepting missions. No exceptions.
Let's go on one of your missions then. A real one, out in the field.
I haven't done field work since I was with the government. If you ask me, waste of time.
You were a government agent. Like the kind that kill people and blow stuff up?
I was, but that was a decade ago, and I don't really like to reminisce.
Why? Did you get fired?
Where did you hear that?
I didn't. I'm just wondering why someone would quit such a cool job to work for a car company.
That's really none of your business. And if I was fired, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell me if you didn't get fired.
I shouldn't have even told you that I worked there in the first place.
Ah, is that why you got fired?
None of your business.
You got fired. Is there any chance we might be called in to do field work?
The only way you would be called in to do field work is if every agent in this office were to become incapacitated.
So, like if I made them all sick or got them to quit? Something like that?
Are you planning something?
No, I'm just a very curious person.
Why don't you go be curious somewhere else?
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Suit yourself.
I have to use the bathroom.
Thanks for the update.
Nice haircut.
Better times.
Have you ever thought about growing it back?
Every single day.
Not much competition in this Employee of the Month game, is there?
Not as long as I'm around.
Looks like I'll need a key card to get this thing to work. Hi, I'm Noomi Kovacs.
Well, you must be the latest Oi boy.
Oi?
Outside intelligence? Oi. Listen, kid, if you want to stand out and be seen as spectacular, it's best that you take to our office vernacular. Let me introduce myself. Hab Applecott's the name. Equipping agents is my claim to fame. You need gadgetry, you come to me. Forgery too, I'll make you an honorary degree.
Do you have any advice on how I can get some field work?
Around here, that's unfortunately Horace's domain. And between you and me, that's a downright shame. He won't use my inventions, says he's found better kinds. But that's only because he pockets everything he finds. If I were in charge, I'd send him on a permanent vacation. But Turn won't do it. I think he fears retaliation.
Could you help me replace Horace in the field?
Well, Horace is more a pain than I'd like to admit. Too loose with his lips and totally lacking in wit. But going out on a limb for a perfect stranger? Why, a stunt like that could put my job in danger.
I promise to return the favor.
And what makes you think you'll be around to repay? Turn's fired assistants after only one day.
I'll charm him with my good looks.
Turn hasn't shown interest in anyone in years. Giving an answer like that just confirms all my fears.
I'm super strong, like a bull.
A scrapbook is all that you need to be lifting. Muscles won't make you better at grifting.
I have no social life, so I'm always free to work well into the night.
Considering you're getting paid by the hour, that's not exactly a superpower.
I'm smart, practically a genius.
Intelligence is something that one has to prove. All right, go ahead and make your first chess move.
What can I say to impress you today?
There's a step in the right direction. Keep bringing the rhymes and you might pass inspection.
I'll stand here for weeks on end, if that's what it takes to call you friend.
You've impressed me thus far, but how long can that last?
When you find out the answer, you'll be somewhat aghast.
When it comes to Western poetry, you're clearly a beast. Now how about a form that began in the East? The syllable count of 575 is a perfect way to keep the brain cells alive. Now, with a haiku, I'll be impressed through and through, and maybe help you.
We know what you need, so don't worry your dumb head, the early birds say.
Your poetic prowess has left me feeling quite odd. As a man of my word, I'll assist with your fraud. This fake ID should serve you just fine, but if anyone asks, the hands that made them were not mine.
Will this give me access to the photocopier?
Without an official tracker, there's little that card can do. If you want real privileges, you might try a switcheroo.
Who's gonna be dumb enough to fall for that?
Check another floor if you can't find someone nearby. As long as you stay persistent, you're sure to find your guy.
Thanks, Hab. Do you mind if I take this bottle?
Ah, yes. This here's the least practical disappearing ink you'll ever meet. It shows up at room temperature and disappears in the heat.
That sounds very useless.
Oh, it is. Enjoy.
Looks like I'll need a key card to get this thing to work. This fake key card doesn't work. Big surprise. Outside Intelligence is looking to start a competitive Jai-Alai team to play against the Bellows Bloodhounds. What the heck is Jai-Alai?
It's pronounced Highline.
What the heck is Highlight?
If you don't even know what it is, you're not welcome on the team.
Sure are a lot of people in there. About 50 at least. Locked. Looks like it needs a passcode. That font's pretty hard to read.
It's not a font, it's a foreign film from Japan.
Well, yeah, I knew that. The Japanese language also has fonts, and this one's pretty hard to read. Good movie?
Utterly breathtaking. It's almost 20 years old and still ahead of its time.
I'd love to see it.
Well, it's very hard to get a hold of. Have to be in the right circles, which you're obviously not.
It's kind of chilly in here. Might want to turn down the AC.
You might want to leave well enough alone.
Looks like these mail slots connect to the bullpen on the other side.
All inter-agent communication must be approved by yours truly. Roaming the halls already, are we?
Turn said I could have a break.
Don't act like you earned it. We all know it was luck.
It wasn't luck.
All you did was go with your gut. You barely referenced the dossier we spent days preparing.
I didn't need it.
I can't wait to see where you'll wind up with that attitude. Now, what is it you want?
Who are you?
Thornton Penderbrook, Office Manager, Division of Outside Intelligence, Heir Apparent to Penderbrook Motors, International Traveler, Raconteur, and Bon Vivant.
Oh, well, my name's Noomi. I'd like to do a field mission.
A field mission? Oh, that's rich! Most of our work is handled over the phone these days. We only have one agent in the field. There's no need for any more.
Is there any situation where I could work in the field?
For that to happen, every single agent in this office would have to become indisposed.
So it is possible then.
If that kind of wild optimism is what you need to continue your interminable existence, far be it from me to tell you otherwise.
Can I have the code for the outbound research division?
The bullpen for the telephone division falls under Mr. Turner's domain, and he prefers to keep that to himself. My only dealings with him is through the company mail system.
Turn doesn't trust you.
It's my understanding that Mr. Turner lost his government position due to information about him being leaked. Ever since then, he's been very particular about office protocols.
I should get back to work.
Before you do, let me ask you a question. Have you ever taken the time to stroll the docile woods?
Nope.
Well, that wasn't the answer I was looking for, but I suppose I should have assumed based on your attire. Off you go! What is it now?
I gotta go.
Do be a stranger.
Well, there's a new site in an old place. Name's Horace. Horace Hayes.
Hi, I'm Noomi.
Noomi. Another name I'm gonna have to learn to forget.
What do you mean?
Let me guess. New kid, fresh out of the academy, ready to travel the world and set it on fire. Problem is, Penderbrook's only got room for one field agent, and you're working on it.
I have a lot to offer.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But once you realize all you're going to be doing is answering phones and ordering lunches, you'll go somewhere else, just like the rest. Why don't I save you some time? The Bellows Agency just opened an outfit across town and are looking to poach as many of our agents as they can. Why don't you give her a call? Head off to greener pastures.
Can I borrow your ID card? I need to make some photocopies.
You're not planning to pass out that job flyer I gave you, are you?
Would that be a problem?
Not for you. Heck, with that free dental, the whole office would clear out in all right, Jeffrey. After me, you'd be next in line for field work.
Exactly. So will you help me?
Love to, ma'am, but I don't know you from Steven.
I think the expression is, I don't know you from Adam.
No, I know an Adam, and I can definitely tell you two apart. He's my brother. Don't take it too personal. I wouldn't let him use my card either.
This flyer says I need 2 years experience.
You don't have that? Heck, maybe you should be answering Turn's calls.
What are you doing up here?
Waiting to deploy on a new mission. Supposed to bring back a scientist that got kidnapped or something.
Oh?
Gotta hand it to you. That was some pretty decent intel you got us. You really ought to think of going somewhere else.
How come you're not applying for this job?
I know certain things about the people here at Penderbrook, which have afforded me a somewhat privileged situation.
What do you know?
You heard about how Turn's partner at the government wound up getting arrested? Well, let's just say that Turn's version is a bit of a bald-faced lie.
So are you the only agent who gets to work the field?
Sometimes when I'm indisposed, Turn will send someone out in my stead. But that only happens every couple of years.
So if you went missing, they might send me.
Sure, if I went missing along with the 50 other folks in this place, that'll rank you. But that's not gonna happen now, is it?
So how did Turn really lose his job with the government?
Why, so you can use it against him to make him put you in the field?
No!
I'm not going anywhere, sweetie. And neither are you.
If you're such a big shot, how about you show me the ropes?
I don't need to prove myself to you.
Or maybe you don't have anything to offer.
Okay, here's one. A good spy knows how to get things out of reach, but a great spy knows how to keep things out of reach. Take a look at this jacket of mine. Seems pretty normal, right?
I guess.
Well, I had every pocket made up with 2 sleeves. That way no one can pickpocket me without raising a ruckus. I call it the double-decker. Might even get a patent for it after I retire.
I bet I could pick your pocket without you noticing.
All right, hotshot. Give it a go. Whoa there, those are some busy hands.
Sorry.
Why don't you beat feet and go work on your technique?
Can I try picking your pocket again?
Have at it. What's that?
Nothing. I just realized that there's no way I'm ever going to be able to steal this thing without you noticing.
That's what I've been saying. This double-decker's gonna make me a fortune. Wait a sec.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just thought my pocket felt different for a sec. But my card's still in there. I can feel it in the bottom.
Looks like I'll need a key card to get this thing to work. Thank you, Horace Hayes. Not a bad idea, but I really should try calling this number first. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 0, 0, 1.
ACI Limited.
Hi, I'd like to apply for a job, please.
One moment.
This is Cynthia Bellows. To whom am I speaking?
Noomi Kovacs. I'm looking for a job, preferably in the field.
Kovacs. Kovacs. I don't seem to have anything in my Rolodex on you.
That's because I'm a good spy. I know how to cover my tracks.
Challenge accepted. Please hold. Kovacs, Noomi. Born November 13th, 1957 to Sydney and Lucretia Kovacs. No professional experience, but graduated top of her class at the Le Carre Institute for Exceptional Spies. Excellent at hand-to-hand combat and field-based reconnaissance, but passed over for government service due to an overly accommodating nature.
Isn't that a good thing?
Only if you're in the customer service industry. Take it from someone who's been in your shoes. When something doesn't feel right, you need to speak up. I'd still be doing important government work if I had done that with Tern.
You know Tern?
Know him? We used to be partners.
Professionally or romantically?
Perhaps you do have the makings of a bloodhound. But no, our relationship was strictly professional. At least on my end.
What do you mean by that?
Just be careful how you deal with Tern. He can be a bald-faced liar when his back's against the wall.
Good to know.
Tell me why you want to work for me.
I want to do important work.
Look, I don't envy you. Messing around with people's lives on behalf of a big corporation isn't exactly taking the high road. But if you want to build a name for yourself, you've got to make the most of the path you're already on.
And what path is that?
I think you know.
Yeah.
One last thing. Do you happen to know anything about the Docilio Group?
Who are they?
Let's just say that if you think that office is holding you back, you'll be floored when you see what they're up to.
What are they up to?
If you're half the spy you say you are, you'll find out soon enough. Take care, Noomi. I'll be in touch when the time is right.
100 copies of this flyer should do the trick. Perfect. Maybe this invisible ink will do the trick. Here we go. 100 top secret invisible job flyers. Excuse me, Mr. Penderbrook? Turn wants you to deliver this stack of paper to the bullpen.
Do me a favor and kindly toss them in the trash on your way out.
He actually told me you'd say that, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Wait a minute. If Mr. Turner is trying to toy with me, he wouldn't try the same game twice, would he?
I'm not really sure. I kinda just met him.
He made a request that these sheets be delivered. If they're tainted like the others, then I'm in my right to withhold them.
Absolutely.
But if they're not, then I'd be in breach of my duties as office manager. Oh, what a sordid little game you're playing, Mr. Turner. Spotless. Very well, Miss Kovacs. Tell your supervisor that not only will I deliver this stack of sheets to the bullpen, but I shall make sure that every single agent receives one.
Oh, that'll show him.
Indeed it shall, Miss Kovacs. Indeed it shall.
Nah, no way am I going back into the field.
I wish there was an easier solution for this, but our entire staff quit this morning. Not to mention that we have an agent lost in the field. He could be injured, or worse.
It really does seem inconsiderate for you to drag your...
Well, at least there's one agent that Thornton hasn't driven to quit.
Noomi Kovacs, meet Arthur Penderbrook, head of Penderbrook Motors.
Pleasure.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Noomi here is proving herself to be one of our most promising agents.
Considering she's only half the workforce, that's not exactly high praise.
And whose fault is that?
Daddy, you can't think that I'm responsible for this mess.
Keeping this office staffed is your job, as is maintaining the tracking system that lost Horace in the field.
I'm telling you, it works. It's just that the system thinks he's still in the building.
How can that be?
Actually, right now it says he's in front of us, where Miss Kovacs is standing.
Care to explain that, Miss Kovacs?
Well, I borrowed Horace's card.
She's obviously lying. Just the other day, she was asking me about photocopier privileges. She stole it.
If that's the case, I'm afraid we're going to have to let you go.
With extreme prejudice.
Aren't we being a little hasty here? I mean, isn't duplicity the entire basis of our profession?
I think it's more complicated than that.
Noomi here is responsible for all the recon we got on the Cartwright file. And now she's proven herself by outwitting one of our top agents. Can we trust her? Maybe not. But she has the makings of a terrific field agent. And that's why you should send her to retrieve Horace instead of me.
Seriously? I can't believe this is actually happening.
We can't send a new recruit unaccompanied into the unknown, especially when another agent might be in danger.
Horace is a big boy, and I haven't been in the field in over a decade.
May I interject here? Mr. Turner, I don't think you understand the level of threat Sebastian's invention has on us. If this invention gets out, this company will fold in a matter of months.
That's a little dramatic, don't you think?
I'm afraid he's not exaggerating. If he's perfected what he's working on, everything we've built will be obsolete.
And you'll be forced to apply for work at the Bellows Agency.
All right, I'll do it.
Seriously? Wow. This is great.
Excellent. Horace was last seen entering Rev Inc.'s headquarters on a small island northeast of Tahiti. Your mission...
You have no idea how long I've been waiting to hear those words. Sorry. Keep going.
Your mission: enter the Rev Inc. facility, locate Horace, and assist him in any remaining objectives before extraction.
Finally! Why did you stop? We're almost there.
Is there anything you want to say to me?
Thanks for bringing me along?
I know what you did.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Turn.
Didn't think you had it in you, convincing an entire office to up and quit their jobs?
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment, just an observation.
I think that's all in the eye of the beholder.
You think you're a real spitfire, don't you?
How come you didn't tell Penderbrook?
Because he would have fired you on the spot. And that would mean heading back into the field on my own. Better to let you go after the mission.
You're going to fire me?
There's nothing more useless than an agent you can't trust.
This isn't the job I signed up for. You can understand that, right?
So, you're an adrenaline junkie.
No, I want to do something important. Make the world better for being in it.
Well then, I hope that's something you're able to find in your next line of work. You want to do something important? Stay here and guard this boat.
But it could be dangerous. You'll need someone to go with you. Watch your back.
That's true. If only I had someone I could trust.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! State your business!
Our cargo ship just capsized, and I need some high ground to send a distress signal. May I use your roof?
No one shall enter these doors by Rev's decree.
Rev, huh? Well, maybe he could give me a hand. Where can I find him?
Rev is in me. Rev is in you. The docile will be strong when our mission is through.
Right. How about this? If you let me go up there, I promise to fix your sign.
It's broken.
It's a disgrace. Sparks sputtering everywhere, neon lights flashing on and off. We were having such a good laugh about it, our boat ended up capsizing on your shores.
My goodness!
Poseidon claimed 3 men, along with $10,000 worth of soda syrup, all thanks to your faulty sign.
That's a tragedy.
Oh, 'tis. Though I do take comfort in the fact that never has the act of drowning tasted so sweet.
I'm so sorry. Please go to the roof and see to it that this never happens again.
Wow, that building was just full of empty. Uh-oh. Locked.
Hello? Is anyone out there? I'm stuck on the roof.
Noomi, I need you to do me a solid.
About time. What's wrong?
I, locked myself on the roof.
I'll go tell the guard.
No. If he comes up here, he'll see I turned off the security system.
How about that wire on the left side of the building? Maybe you could glide down on that.
That could work.
Just make sure to hold on tight. It's pretty windy out here.
No. Noomi, do you copy?
Loud and clear.
I think you should handle this one on your own.
I thought you said I couldn't be trusted. What made you change your mind?
I'm beginning to see your potential.
Okay, now I know you're lying. Are you scared or something?
No, I'm sensible. And you're my canary in the coal mine.
I'd rather be a canary than a chicken.
I'm not a chicken.
Quack, 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 quack.
Just do it. Over.
Copy that. Now to just find a way in.
Blessings unto you and yours, citizens of Red City. After some of our recent setbacks, it's come to my attention that some of you decided to withdraw from our workforce. While my legal team has informed me that it's well within your rights to become conscientious objectors to our cause, the non-disclosure agreement, which all of you have signed, ensures that none of you will be able to leave until our work here is done. And the less of you working, the longer it'll take. We are about to enter a new land of prosperity and blessings for all. Don't give in to the wishes of those crafty monsters who aim to keep us docile. Enjoy your evening and trust in Rev.
Oh, yeah.
okay in there, Noomi? Noomi, do you read me?
No, I hear you.
Is that a joke? Or do you really know that little about protocol? Look, I need you to find out where Horace is and see if he can give you some intel on how to extract Sebastian.
Will do.
Be careful. Over.
Thanks, Turn. Incredible view out there. Like something out of a painting. If Horace was wearing headphones, he might not hear it when they switch over from night to day.
What are you doing here?
The agency sent me to make sure you're all right.
Not sure what kind of agency you're talking about. I'm just a humble country boy who's down here trying my best to help a good cause. Then you come in here with a face I've never seen before in my life, going on about some kind of agency, the likes of which sounds very suspicious.
Oh, I get it.
Not sure there's anything to get, sister.
Have you met Sebastian yet?
I assume you're referring to Brother Cartwright? Word is that was his name on the outside.
Where is he? What are they making him build?
Nice try. I'm not gonna get caught gossiping about Rev with someone that doesn't even have a proper uniform.
No one's around.
That's what you think.
Why do I need a uniform?
A Rev City uniform gives you access to our test facility and shows you've been blessed by the one and only Rev.
Is there any way we could speak in a more private setting?
Well, well, well. If I'm not mistaken, it sounds like you might be trying to seduce me.
Absolutely not. Ugh.
Well, it's either that, or you have some nefarious plan to sabotage our beloved Rev. In which case, I'd have to report you immediately to Sister Mendoza.
Fine. I'm trying to seduce you.
Well, I'm flattered, but the only time this place becomes private is when everyone heads downstairs for work.
When does work start?
When that fake moon up top gets replaced with a fake sun.
How do you make that happen?
My best guess has something to do with that control tower outside.
Can't you just tell me how your mission is going?
I think you have me mistaken with someone else, sister. My only mission here is towards the glory of Rev. Though if I did have an ulterior motive, I certainly wouldn't need the help of someone as young and inept as yourself. Now, I'd just tell you to go home and leave your work to a real professional.
Okay, I get that you want the glory, but I'm not allowed to leave until we bring you and Sebastian back to headquarters.
What was that? I didn't quite hear you.
Will you stop playing dumb? I said...
My, you are quite the spitfire, aren't you? Why don't you beat feet and pester someone else for a change?
Ah! I gotta go. Thanks for nothing.
Bliss and blessings, Sister Kovacs. Bliss and blessings.
It's a fake tree with a speaker inside. I guess these are where all the announcements come from. Well, that happened. Hi there, I'm Noomi.
Una.
Is that some sort of greeting?
No. That's my name. Una. Una Magritte.
Weird.
Your name's Noomi.
Fair point.
So, what are you doing down here, Noomi?
It's my first day.
Word of advice? It only gets worse from here. Sure, they come on strong about being one with the earth and building a new land, but they're just gonna use you like anyone else.
What do you mean?
This was supposed to be a 2-month gig. Do a little design work, spruce the place up a little, be out in time for Christmas. That was 2 years ago.
What happened?
Brother Cartwright got scared people might find out about our project, so he's forcing us to stay until it ships.
Isn't that illegal?
Unfortunately not. Rev Inc.'s non-disclosure agreement is pretty ironclad.
What kind of work are you doing down here?
If you don't know, you don't have clearance.
I have clearance.
If you had clearance, you'd know. It's sitting right there on the track for everyone to see.
Track? Like racetrack?
What? No. There are all kinds of tracks out there. Music tracks, career tracks, academic tracks.
But none of those you can see.
Fine. Just don't say anything to Lacey. She's so uptight when it comes to the cause.
I know she seems that way, but she's been revealing all kinds of details about this place.
Really?
Told me all about it over the phone. That's how I found the island.
And she won't even let me phone my family to let them know how I'm doing? What a hypocrite.
Has a guy in a cowboy hat been down here in the last couple days?
Oh, you must be talking about Brother Healy. Sebastian's taken a real shine to him. He's such a charmer.
That doesn't sound like him.
Well, if you want to meet him, his container's on the top right. Tell him Una says hi.
What are you painting?
I'm painting a landscape of the night sky. Though, I guess I'm painting a picture of that mural of the night sky, which I originally painted.
That's very meta.
It's not supposed to be. I've just been down here so long, I forgot what it looks like out there.
How can I speak with Brother Cartwright?
He hasn't been up to Rev City in months. He's down in the test facility getting ready for the Ascension.
How do I get down there?
You need a uniform, and to get a uniform, you need clearance.
I don't have time for that.
You're locked down here until they let us out. You have time for everything.
Do you know anything about Decilio?
I know Lacey's fiance was a member. Think the whole family was, actually. Once Lacey found out what they were up to, she vowed to do everything she could to stop them. That's how she joined us, actually. Once she saw Sebastian was at the top of their list, she tracked him down and devoted herself to Rev.
Okay, but what does Decilio do exactly?
They stop people like us. Look, I really shouldn't be talking about this. The less you know, the safer you'll be.
I really need to talk to Brother Cartwright.
Talk to Sister Mendoza. She's a real piece of work, but she and Brother Cartwright used to be a couple.
Used to be?
Maybe they still are. All I know is today's their anniversary, and he's still down there toying away.
You're a bit of a gossip, aren't you?
What else is there to do down here?
Thanks for the chat.
Let me know if you find a way out of here.
It's the schematics for a weird-looking car called the Vicus. This must be what they kidnapped Sebastian to work on. Hello? Anyone in there?
Clara? Is that really you?
Hey, roomie! Just thought I'd check in on you in person.
That's really thoughtful of you. Let me just come out there and... You're not Clara?
Fooled ya.
I've never seen you before in my life. How did you know Clara was my roommate?
But I am Clara.
Oh, I see. Yes, I didn't recognize you, Clara. Excuse me for a minute, will you?
Brothers and sisters of Rep City, there is an interloper among us who needs to be expunged. She has brown hair, an average height and build, and possesses a familiar-sounding voice. I need all hands to the control room at once. I repeat, all hands to the control room at once.
Hello? Anyone in there?
Clara? Is that really you?
Who's Clara?
My old roommate. She sounds exactly like you. Or at least she did last time I talked to her. What are you doing down here? You're not a spy, are you?
No.
Well, I suppose if you're down here, you made it past the inspection of our guard, so that's good enough for me. We could really use the extra hands right now.
What's inside this room you're guarding?
This control room is what powers the sun and moon for our indoor weather system.
Can you show me?
No way! The sun is how we know when it's time to clear out and head to work. These people have just come back from a double shift. Sending them back to work would cause a mutiny.
Could you take me to see Sebastian?
Sebastian was his name on the surface. Down here, he's Brother Cartwright. And no, he's the last person I want to see right now.
Why is that?
It's our anniversary today, and he hasn't even mentioned it, let alone given me a gift. All he cares about is getting revenge on those people who kidnapped him.
So he was kidnapped.
Of course he was! Do you think we're under an island in the middle of nowhere because we enjoy it?
Would you go visit Brother Cartwright if he showed you some appreciation? A present, maybe?
I suppose so, but then I'd have to find someone to guard this console.
I'd be happy to do that.
Sure. I'll give control of our city's power system to a stranger I only just met.
What if the present was really good, though?
It'd have to be pretty fantastic.
How do I get down into the testing facility?
You'll have to prove your devotion to Rev through weeks, possibly months, of hard work and community-building trust exercises.
But I need to talk to Brother Cartwright now.
The only person we've let downstairs on their first day was Brother Healy. And he has a certain charm that you clearly lack.
What are you, stupid? I got loads of charm.
I'm not sure how I missed that.
What can you tell me about Decilio?
They're the reason why we're so far behind. Why we're all so far behind.
You mean as a company, or as a society?
Let's just say you're on the right side and leave it at that.
I gotta go.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours.
Access to the surface is forbidden until the ascension is complete. Access to the test facility requires proper Rev attire. A lot of rules for just one elevator. Let's see if this works.
No uniform detected. Redirecting to control room for processing.
Bliss and blessings unto you and yours, Sister Kovacs.
Babooyay!
Babooyay?
It's an acronym for Bliss and Blessings unto you and yours.
Oh, that's gonna save us a lot of time. Good work, Sister Kovacs.
I gotta go.
Babooyay!
A perpetual motion petunia. This must be part of whatever Sebastian's been working on. I always love a good potato, but now's not the time to snack. Here's what it says. Once the plant reaches its full height, it drops a single seed and immediately dissolves into compost. The new seed grows another plant in its place, restarting the process. By accelerating the process and harnessing the movement caused by their growth, it's possible a large number of these plants could power a vehicular engine. Ridiculous. Organic plant steroids. Too high up to reach.
Why, hello there! Jean Willowsby, Reving's head of horticulture.
Noomi Kovacs. I don't have a thing yet.
In time, my pet, in time.
How does a greenhouse work underground?
A lot of gene splicing and chemicals mostly.
Isn't that dangerous?
Okay, I see what you're getting at, but I'll have you know that I've learned a lot since what happened in Buenos Aires.
What happened in Buenos Aires?
A bamboo vine hybrid I created became predatory and wiped out the neighboring red-bellied Gracial opossum. Those docile fools in the botanical community turned their backs on me for my aggressive genetic engineering. Wait till they see what I have in store for them next.
Can I borrow one of those plants?
Why would you want a plant?
I just think they're neat.
This plant is my legacy. Rev wouldn't approve of me handing it over to an outsider.
Why does Rev Inc. need a horticulture division?
Plants are the biggest source of food, oxygen, and beauty in this here world. If you can't figure out why we wouldn't want to harness their power into something greater, you're stupider than you look.
Hey!
Just calling him as I see him, dearie.
Brother Cartwright needs you to send a plant to Lacey.
He said that?
The fate of the project depends on it. Or so he says.
Jeremiah Buttercakes, would you do me a favor and deliver this to her? I'm not the fastest these days.
You can count on me, Jean. Thanks for your help.
Bye-bye.
What now?
Can I borrow your uniform? I want to visit the test facility.
I'm not gonna break the rules for a woman I've never met before.
We have met before. We work together.
If that was the truth, then you'd already have a uniform.
Ugh. I gotta go. Thanks for nothing.
Bliss and blessings, Sister Kovacs. Bliss and blessings.
Special delivery.
What's this?
Special delivery from Sebastian.
How do I know this is from him?
They certainly aren't from me.
I have the feeling it's going to be a long time until you earn your self-clearance. Very well, I suppose I ought to pay him a visit as a way of saying thanks. Why don't you make yourself useful by keeping an eye on the control room while I'm away?
Anything to help.
If I'm not back by 8 a.m., you can activate the sun, but not a second earlier. The workers are overworked enough as it is. They'd be furious if we started cutting into their sleep time.
Gotcha. Of course, everyone goes to work when the sun comes up, including Horace. That hillbilly was just trying to get me off his back. Figures. Maybe there's something around here that'll help. It's a bunch of documents on turn. This might come in handy later. Not much left for me to do with everyone downstairs. Time to call it a day.
Yeah?
You said you were gonna stay behind. Why didn't you?
All I said was that the best time to speak alone is during the day, when everyone's at work.
You didn't say you'd be off at work too. Tell me more about Rev's cause.
That information's only for the truest of believers.
Can you stay behind next time?
Wish I could, but I can't betray old Rev. Soon as the sun comes through that window and I hear that rooster crow, I got no choice but to head down that elevator.
Would you mind putting those headphones on? It's a little loud.
I could, but I'd rather not cover up my best feature.
Your ears are your best feature?
And you want to be a secret agent.
How do you know when to leave for work again?
Usually it's the sun coming through the window that wakes me up. But that rooster sound gets me out the door no matter what.
Why are you making this so difficult for me?
I'm just doing my job, Sister Kovacs. A job which has nothing to do with you, no matter who told you otherwise. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish here, you're better off leaving it to a professional. And by that, I mean old Horace here.
I thought your name was supposed to be Vince.
Yeah. Horace is my middle name. Vince Horace Healy.
That's the fakest sounding name I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah? Well, I got here first.
Thanks for nothing.
Babooyah, Noomi.
Incredible view out there. Like something out of a painting.
Brother Healy, your music is far too loud. Silence it immediately or be prepared to lose your clearance.
Horace?
I know that noise complaint was your doing, so don't expect any more advice from me.
Come on. Horace. Horace! Now, with those headphones on, I just need to make sure the sun doesn't wake him up. Hey, Una. How come you didn't go downstairs with the rest of the team?
Just because they can keep me here doesn't mean they can make me work. I suspected they were fixing the clock to get us to work extra hours, and now I have proof. This quick-drying paint is still wet from last night.
Even if that is true, that's no reason to stay up here all by yourself.
Sounds to me like you want the place all to yourself. What are you planning?
Nothing. I would just hate to see you waste your talent.
Don't you see? For the first time in my life, I'm going to become a real artist. I'm through with the indifference of the corporate world.
Maybe you should just wait until the project is over. For the sake of Rev.
You don't even know what the project is. Is this about my art? Tell me the truth. What do you see when you look at this canvas?
Drek.
Drek? In what way?
Well, to be honest, your short brushstrokes are nothing more than a cynical attempt to emulate Van Gogh. Your sense of perspective is less balanced than a Cézanne still life. And based on your sense of composition, you probably think the golden ratio has something to do with the economy.
Wow. Now that is exactly the kind of strong reaction I was hoping for. I knew I was right to throw caution to the wind. I'm gonna stay here and work on this night and day until my work here is complete. Thanks, Noomi.
It's, Noomi.
Same thing.
Whoopsie!
You did that on purpose. Oh my goodness. You actually did that on purpose. I had the feeling I was on the right track. Finally, I'm onto something so brilliant the outside world can't stand to see it exist. Now I know how Brother Cartwright feels. Time to get back to work so I can get off this island and really start to provoke. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Noomi.
Anytime, Uma. There we go. That should take care of both sight and sound. Headphones are on, paintings in place. Now to activate the sun. Oh, Horace! Shouldn't you be at work?
That's just crazy talk. It's the dead of night.
You, might want to take a second look.
You did this. That's it. You compromised my mission enough as it is. I'm telling them you're a spy.
You do that, and I'll tell them you work with me.
Go ahead and try. They love me here, and you've got no proof.
No? I've got your work ID card right here.
That's why they think I'm missing. Lord Almighty, you're ruthless.
You have no idea.
So I'm guessing you want me to help you from the inside.
Nope. If I get your help, all you're going to do is take the credit for yourself. All I want is your uniform and your silence.
Well, if you get caught, I'm gonna say you knocked me out and stole it from me.
I'm sure they won't have any problem believing that.
Hey.
Let's see if this works.
Uniform recognized. Vincent Horace Healy. Good morning, Mr. Healy. One late misdemerit has been added to your company record.
Sebastian Cartwright?
We are all siblings in the realm of Rev. Please, call me Brother Cartwright.
I'm Sister Kovacs.
So I've heard. You must have really impressed Sister Mendoza to get clearance this quickly. I think I'll put you in charge of marketing, seeing as you're so persuasive.
Nice car.
Isn't it? It's the Rev Inc. Ficus. Powered entirely by renewable energy. It's powered entirely by water and carbon dioxide. Has Sister Willowsby shown you her perpetual motion petunia yet?
That's the plant that grows, drops a seed, then dies and grows again?
Precisely! Jean has taken that beautiful flower and crossed it with a mushroom bamboo hybrid to create a regenerating powerhouse for our ficus. All we needed to do was create a framework of gears around the plant, which the ever-growing plant can tighten, allowing us to create power.
So it's always creating energy.
Provided there's water and CO2. Old Penderbrook is going to regret his betrayal soon enough.
How did Penderbrook betray you?
In every way possible. He denigrated my work. He destroyed my research. He even arranged for my abduction.
Are you sure about that? I've heard that Mr. Penderbrook is a very reasonable man.
Do you think I've spent the last 5 years living underground because I want to be?
5 years. I thought your abduction was more, recent than that. Like, last month?
Even I couldn't accomplish all this in a month.
Huh. Would you excuse me for a moment? Hey, Turn, are you there?
Copy that.
Remind me, When did Penderbrook say Sebastian was abducted?
Last month.
Well, I found Sebastian. He says Penderbrook's the reason he's stuck on this island and that he's been here for the past 5 years.
He probably can't think straight after being abducted. I pulled Sebastian's file before we took off. Nutjob's been cashing his checks up until the week he went missing.
So there's no way he's telling the truth?
Trust me, Penderbrook's the biggest skinflint I know. If Sebastian was 15 minutes late, he'd be off the payroll for good.
I better be extra careful around daylight savings time.
It's cute. You think you're gonna last that long?
If you get rid of me, who's gonna do your job for you?
Ha ha. You can gloat once you get Sebastian and Horace to the extraction point.
About that. Sebastian's not letting anyone leave until his work here is done. And that doesn't seem like it's gonna be anytime soon.
I've always found a little chaos is good for moving things forward. But I have the feeling you might already know that.
Sure do. Hey, how about you come down here? That could help things go faster.
I told you, that's not going to happen.
Sheesh. Just a suggestion.
Just hurry up so we can get out of here. Over.
No weeds allowed. I don't care for them either, but you don't see me making a sign about it. Wait a minute. Canary to chicken, do you read me?
I'm not going to answer you if you're going to call me that.
I think I found a way to delay the launch. Are there any weeds where you are?
There's a dandelion right beside me.
Perfect. Come on down.
I can't. It's, not safe.
It's perfectly safe. Now hurry up.
Oh no. Do you feel that? Oh my goodness. I think that was an earthquake. The old entrance just caved in. You're gonna have to find some way of doing this without me.
If it was an earthquake, how come I didn't feel it?
Well, you're underground. The water around you must have cushioned the blow.
I don't think it works that way.
Listen, there's nothing I can do here. I'm gonna row back to land and see if I can get some, help. You believe me, don't you?
I believe you.
You do? I mean, of course you do. You're a good spy, Noomi. Very shrewd. It was an honor working with you.
Was? Why are you using the past tense? Turn? Turn? Hello? No weeds allowed. I don't care for them either, but you don't see me making a sign about it. Wait a minute. Canary to chicken, do you read me?
I'm not going to answer you if you're going to call me that.
I think I found a way to delay the launch. Are there any weeds where you are?
There's a dandelion right beside me.
Perfect. Come on down.
I can't. It's, not safe.
It's perfectly safe. Now hurry up.
Oh no! Do you feel that? Oh my goodness. I think that was an earthquake. The old entrance just caved in. You're gonna have to find some way of doing this without me.
Are you okay?
Oh boy, just barely. Listen, there's nothing I can do to help.
There's gotta be some other way. They won't even let us leave.
Listen, there's nothing I can do here. I'm gonna row back to land and see if I can get some, help. You believe me, don't you?
I don't believe you.
Excuse me?
You heard me? Look, we don't have any time to lose. The car's all ready to ship.
I told you the entrance is blocked. Why would I lie about this?
Because you're afraid.
Think what you want, but that car is on the verge of going public, and I need to find a way off this roof.
I thought you said you were at the entrance to the grate. You know, the one that just caved in.
Right. That was, a slip of the tongue.
Why are you lying to me, Tern?
I'm not lying to you. I'm simply making an executive decision about what you need to know and what you don't. I would never betray a partner.
Oh, now that you're abandoning me, you're willing to call me a partner?
Of course. And once we get back, I'll seriously consider your request for more field work. But you've got to let me leave for that to happen. What do you say, partner?
Well, that depends. Are you going to treat me like your last partner?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Her name was Cynthia. She got caught stealing medication for a condition you told her you had.
Who told you that?
A good agent doesn't reveal her sources.
Exactly. No matter what the circumstances are, you don't rat out a fellow agent. But she did.
So is that why you can't come down here? Trust?
You went to Le Carré. What's the first thing they teach you? If you can't trust your partner, then you shouldn't be in the field.
And you shouldn't be in the field if your partner can't trust you.
Exactly.
So, which one of those are you? The person who can't trust or the person who can't be trusted?
Now that's just offensive.
And that's not an answer.
What are you saying exactly?
I'm saying you hung her out to dry. You guilted her into helping you, and now you're holding a grudge because you got caught.
Fine. It wasn't fair to put her in that position. But why did she have to bring me down with her? I could have helped. Tried to smooth things over from the inside. Now we're both stuck in the private sector. I'm guessing you found out about this from Horace? I'll take that silence as a yes.
What happened once they found out?
They discharged me. Dishonorably. I had a few friends at the Bureau lie for me so Penderbrook would make me head of outside intelligence. I tried to make amends with Cynthia. Even offered her a job, but she wanted nothing to do with me. Can't say I blame her. I wanted to make sure I wouldn't put another agent in that kind of situation. That's why I moved everyone to phones. Everything was fine for the first couple of months. But then Horace started blackmailing me to stay in the field. You're the only person who knows this besides him, and I, hope we can keep it that way.
Your secrets are safe with me, partner.
That means a lot. You know, I haven't actually worked with anyone I could trust since Cynthia. I promise this time I won't take that for granted.
So, how about you prove that by helping me finish this mission?
I wish I could, but the thing that happened with Cynthia isn't the reason I can't come down there. There's still the issue of my medical condition. Cynthia was caught before she could get the cure. The project was shut down shortly after that.
Whatever it is, you seem pretty healthy.
That's only because I do a good job of hiding it.
What is it?
That's something I'd rather keep to myself, and coming down there would just bring it all out into the open. I realize this is going to hurt the mission, but I hope you can understand. I'll hurry back as fast as I can.
Wait, I think I already know. You're suffering from, androgenetic alopecia, more commonly known as male pattern baldness.
What? How dare you? In case you haven't realized, I have a full head of hair. A thick, perfectly maintained, lustrous head of hair.
Which will come flying right off the minute you use that zip line. I'm right, aren't I?
You know how long it takes to have another one of these made? 3 weeks! That's 3 weeks I'd have to call in sick to work. Pinderbrook would have a fit.
You don't need to call in sick. Being bald is not that big a deal.
Not that big of a deal. This whole industry is based on perceptions. To convince a mark, you need to project an image of confidence. That's kind of hard to do when you're reflecting light.
I think it's brave.
You do realize brave is probably the worst way to describe a person's appearance, right?
Not your appearance, your actions. Isn't it time you stopped worrying about what other people think? You've been letting Horace walk all over you for years now. Once you start being honest, you'll take away all his power.
I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. You're Barney Turner. You run a huge department at one of the most successful automobile companies in the world. You don't need to cower in fear because...
Noomi.
What?
Stop talking.
Why? What's wrong?
I'm coming down.
It's an audio journal with today's date written on it. Looks like this is the place where Sebastian makes his announcements. Turn, do you copy?
Loud and clear. How'd it go?
No change at all. Guess it'll take more than just a few minutes for the weeds to work their way into the system. See if there's anything up there we can use to speed up the process.
Will do. Over.
What do you think you're doing?
We need a fresh tank of plant steroids downstairs to test out on the ficus.
I'm assuming Brother Cartwright approved this?
This is a request from Noomi.
Noomi. Last time I did her a favor, I got a write-up for putting the perpetual motion petunia in unauthorized hands. No way I'm falling for that again. If Brother Cartwright wants products sent to the testing facility, he'll have to make an official request over the PA system, as he's always done.
She's not gonna give up those plant steroids without a fight. See if there's something you can do on your end to make her cooperate.
Hi, Jean. This is Noomi. Sebastian wants you to send a bottle of plant steroids down here ASAP.
How'd that go?
All she did was laugh.
Everything on track. Plant gene manipulation a success. New girl arrived today. She seems okay. Part of me wants to give her a chance. Jean, she wants to give everything. Jean, she wants everything. Jean, give me everything. She wants. Jean, give me everything wants. Jean, give me everything she wants.
Here we go.
Jean, give me everything she wants.
And by that he means a big tub of plant steroids right away.
How did you? Dandelions? How on earth did Mother Nature's dandruff make its way through my quarantine? This was your doing, wasn't it? I knew we should have vetted you more carefully.
Brothers and sisters of Rev, there's been a massive breach of security. Round up any suspicious
Why did you fill the engine with plants?
The plants are the engine. They run through the gears, growing quickly and dissolving moments later. The whole thing runs on air and water.
Good gravy, this baby's gonna change the world. Or at least it would have until you destroyed it.
You told me to do whatever it takes to get Sebastian to come with us.
So what are you chatting with me for? Go in there and get him. So, what do you think of the new look?
Not much of a difference, really.
And to think of all that money I wasted on spirit gum.
I don't understand how someone with such a trustworthy voice could be so duplicitous.
I noticed you used my artwork to black out that fella's window.
Isn't it great to see your art finally make a difference?
I guess it is.
My beautiful baby ficus! Taken over by weeds. Common everyday weeds.
Actually, they're weeds on steroids. Your steroids, to be precise.
You really know how to stick the knife in, don't you?
See if you can deal with that guard. I've had enough of him for one day.
Excuse me? I think I left something inside.
You and your friend have done enough damage here today. I'm not listening to another word.
All right. How about some sign language instead?
Okay, you showed me a fist, which stands for the letter S. Is that all you wanted to tell me? The letter S?
Yeah.
And is that supposed to stand for spy or saboteur?
It stands for... shut up.
Please, don't put me back in that place. I can't do it. I promise I'll never innovate again.
What place?
That horrid zoo where you tried to crush my spirit.
What are you talking about?
You're with Penderbrook, aren't you?
Yes, he asked us to save you.
Save me? From what?
This place.
This place is my sanctuary. I've never been safer in my life till you two showed up.
So you're not being held hostage by Rev Inc.?
Rev Inc. is my company. I started it after I escaped those monsters your boss handed me over to.
What monsters?
The ones you work for. 5 years ago, I tendered my resignation to Penderbrook after you refused to let me continue my work on the Ficus. On my way home, I was forced off the road and abducted by 2 men wearing masks, working for Penderbrook, no doubt.
Oh, that's nonsense. Penderbrook is the one who sent us to find you.
Now? Why not 5 years ago, when I actually went missing?
Well, he's a very busy man.
My innovations single-handedly turned that company around. If he wasn't the one to send me to that zoo, he would have done everything to find me.
What zoo?
In the woods, where they meet.
Well, well, well. Finally got this door open. Guess your new girl's good for something after all. Now to just put this thingamajig where it belongs.
What's that?
It's a thingamajig. Penderbrook's been making me install these in all sorts of places. Lets you control things from far away. Real thing of beauty, these thingamajigs.
Connecting to Docilio server.
Wait! What's it doing?
Database erased. Self-destruct system implemented. Complete facility implosion in 2 minutes.
My research! Years of work destroyed!
I had no idea he was going to do that.
Why would you install a self-destruct mechanism?
I didn't!
You've been out of the field way too long, Turn. Self-destruct is the thingamajig's best feature.
We better get out of here before this place caves in.
It's all gone! It's all...
have to say I'm impressed with how well your little newbie has taken to the field.
I think you mean Noomi, sir?
I think I know what I meant. Now, I understand Sebastian had a few qualms about coming back to work with us.
He was pretty clear he didn't want to see you.
Called you a monster, too. Amongst other things.
Well, he's been through a lot. Though I have no idea what he has against me. I'm the one who sent you to save him.
You weren't very supportive of his ficus.
That crazy plant on wheels? It's hardly practical, is it? Plants need sunlight to work. I mean, what if the sun goes down? Or the driver has to go through a very long tunnel?
There are certain fungi that don't need light, and you could always go with a hybrid.
Then our poor mechanics would have 2 engines to fix.
You'll have to forgive Noomi. She's a little overexcited after her first time in the field.
In that case, perhaps she should stick to assistant duties for the time being.
I'll keep that in mind.
Now then, I'd like to visit Sebastian in person. I trust you have his whereabouts?
What do you want with him?
So suspicious. I appreciate your dedication to your craft, but there is such a thing as overkill.
She's new to this, Arthur. Cut her some slack.
Well, if you can't trust your employer, who can you trust?
I completely agree. You'll find him in a shipping container on Pier 11, lime green. Can't miss it.
Sounds like Sebastian really has gone mad then. Living in a shipping container like a common wastrel? I'll do my best to try and talk some sense into him. Get him back on the winning team, so to speak. Thank you both for your exceptional work. Especially you, Noomi.
That was a good move back there. Selling out Sebastian will make things a lot easier between you and Pinderbrook.
I was just doing my job.
Take it easy. I'm not judging you. We're corporate spies. Selling out is our business.
That's a pretty grim way of looking at things.
You got that right. Would you mind getting that?
Hello?
All right, where are you keeping him?
Excuse me?
Sebastian! He's gone missing. They checked the surveillance tape at the pier and he was taken away by 2 guys in masks.
Lacey, I swear to you, I have nothing to do with this.
You have to be kidding me. First you break into our facility, then you destroy our creation, and now you're picking us off one by one?
We had nothing to do with this.
You're the only person who knows where we're hiding. If you didn't, who did?
We'll look into it.
You better hurry. Who knows what these goons could be doing to him? Just stay away from me, okay? The last thing I need is more of you in my life.
Lacey, wait. Is there a number I can reach you at if I find anything out?
No. From now on, I'm just gonna live with my mother and lead a quiet, boring, normal life away from all your meddling.
We need to find out where they're holding him.
And how do you suppose we do that?
We could just ask him.
What a terrific idea. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to confess to kidnapping. You know, a mind like yours is really being wasted here in the private sector.
All right, what's your brilliant idea?
Our best bet is to plant a tracker on Pinderbrook and see where it takes us. Thornton, send Hab to my office, please.
He's away on vacation this week.
Doesn't your ID card have a tracker?
We only give them to field agents, so we only have the one. Hold on. Thornton, send in Horace, please.
Very well.
There's my favorite desk jockey. What's going on?
Yes, well, Noomi and we need to borrow your ID card.
I ain't falling for that again. You got an ID card of your own. You don't need mine.
I, need the tracker.
The tracker? Nah. Tracking's something field agents do. And I think we both agree that here's my domain.
You're right, Horace. I'm sorry for taking your time. Well, I tried.
What just happened there?
If he doesn't want to give it up, I don't want to make him upset.
Make him upset? You're his boss. If he doesn't do what you say, you should fire him.
I can't do that. Let's just wait until next week when Hab comes in.
You are openly bald now. He doesn't have anything over you anymore.
Thornton, send Horace back in.
He's on his way.
What now, Turnerino?
Sorry to bother you. It's just the tracker on your key card. It's company property, and I need it.
I already told you once. Now don't make me tell you twice.
Well, in that case, I have no choice but to Noomi, help me out here.
You're fired! Finished! Finito! Thank you for your service. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Ooh, that felt good.
Nice try. I'm not going anywhere, sweetie.
I'm sorry, Noomi. It's impossible for me to talk down to a guy with such a thick head of hair. Oh, especially looking the way I do.
Is there anything I can do to boost your self-esteem?
I guess it'd be easier to fire him if he were a little more unkempt, less dashing.
He's not dashing.
Well, thanks to you, he's a lot more dashing than I am.
Let's just get you a new wig. That should boost your confidence.
I can't bring the wig back now that everyone knows I'm bald. That'd be pathetic.
And this isn't. Have I mentioned how distinguished you've been looking lately?
What are you doing?
I'm making you feel better about yourself.
No, you're making me feel nauseous.
Let me fire him.
He wouldn't believe you. It would have to come from me.
Just take him off the payroll then.
He won't notice that for a whole 2 weeks. Who knows what they'll do to Sebastian in the meantime?
I'm going to go see if I can get that tracker off Horace.
Good luck.
Hello?
You know, you really should have mentioned you had a background in advertising. That might have put you over the top.
Excuse me?
That stunt you pulled with my recruitment flyer. My team tells me you saved me hundreds of dollars on classified ads. Plus, I got to snatch Turn's whole workforce out from under his nose. Pretty nice piece of payback for the way he threw me under the bus.
Turn told me what he did to you. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Pretty immature, wasn't it? But I suppose it's all water under the bridge. Tell me, is he still sporting that rug?
He got rid of it, actually.
So there's hope for him after all.
So? You gonna hire me or what?
Easy there, hotshot. I'm not that vindictive. You're all he has right now, and from what I gather from your former coworkers, he's in way over his head.
It's Penderbrook, isn't it?
I've been talking to some of his former employees, and it sounds like Penderbrook's mixed up in something bad. Almost every invention they've looked into over the last 20 years leads to a dead end. Always the same story. Inventor goes missing, company folds, and the invention dies on the vine. Do you know anything about this?
Yes, we just extracted an employee who started his own company, and he's already been abducted.
That's the pattern, but it doesn't make any sense. Most companies want to steal ideas, not stop them altogether. Why is he putting all these resources to get something he's not gonna use?
Maybe he doesn't want the competition.
But stealing these inventions would give him a competitive edge. It's like the only thing he cares about is stopping it. Do me a favor and try to keep your eyes open over the next couple weeks. If you come up with any good leads, I might be able to bend that rule about 2 years' experience.
Really?
Really?
Why won't you listen to Turn?
You don't think I see the way the wind is blowing? First, he puts you in the field. Then, he takes my leverage by ditching the rug. Next thing you know, I'm back in the mailroom hoping for my big break. Telling him no every once in a while is the best way to keep him in line.
Have you ever considered shaving your head?
Have you?
I have. Could I, try picking your pocket again?
You must think I'm a real dum-dum, don't you?
Well, why won't Turn stand up to you?
Isn't it obvious? I look better than him, talk better than him, and most importantly, dress better than him. Honestly, I'm surprised either of you even have the nerve to talk to me, let alone order me around.
You're fired.
Says who?
Turn. He asked me to tell you.
I'm gonna have to hear that from his mouth if I'm gonna believe it.
I'm done talking to you.
Well, it's about time.
Can I have a cup of coffee?
Coffee? You're asking me about coffee? Well, I'm clearly going through a crisis. Where is your heart?
I can get it myself.
First, you sabotage my office. Now you want to take away my administrative duties? Circle somewhere else, you vulture. Even after all that work, all our history together, she still won't speak to me.
Who won't speak to you?
My darling, sweet Lacey Wacy. We were supposed to be married before she lost her mind and left me at the altar. See how happy we were?
You were engaged to Lacey Mendoza?
I was hoping once this Rev nonsense fell through, she'd be humbled enough to come back to me. But I fear your meddling has only made matters worse.
Why did Lacey leave you?
She didn't like that I was following in Daddy's footsteps. But it's not like I had a choice. This life was thrust upon me. This wretched, awful life.
Your life doesn't seem so bad.
Oh, it's all just surface. Sure, I have money, looks, power. But what's the point of being impressive if you have nobody to impress?
Wow, so you actually have feelings.
Unfortunately.
Why did Lacey join Rev in the first place?
She didn't like the way our company operates and wanted to fight against it. But that's only because she doesn't understand how the real world works. Everything needs to be fair and just in her eyes. And to think that it was her idealism that drew me to her in the first place.
What's wrong with the way Penderbrook does business?
That's exactly what I told her. You know, I was wrong about you, Noomi. You really are a lot more practical than you seem.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Not unless you can convince her to go against every belief she holds dear.
So I guess the answer is no.
I don't know what you're capable of. You've only been here a week.
Can I have a cup of coffee, please?
I'm going through a personal crisis, and your biggest concern is coffee? You're even more heartless than me.
Sorry. Never mind. Why don't you quit your job?
Lacey's objections go beyond issues of career. They have to do with something I was born into, something I didn't even have a say in.
I have to go.
Before you go, could you do me a kindness? Take this invitation out of my sight. I've been calling her mommy's place all day, and I think it's best to avoid further temptation.
I have a plan on how to find Sebastian.
What's that?
You have to get back together with Thornton.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. How is playing hard to get with Sebastian gonna help free him from his abductors?
We're going to plant a tracker on Penderbrook to find out where he's keeping him, but it's best if we have someone on the inside.
I'm just a production manager, not a secret agent. Why would I want to do that?
For the greater good. And it's way easier to fight things within the system. I mean, you spent 5 years toiling away in that basement, and what do you have to show for it?
That's your fault.
That's my point. I didn't even know what I was doing, and I managed to take down your operation in a day. Imagine what you could do to them if you got inside. Even if this doesn't help you find Sebastian, maybe you can find a way to change things from the inside. Convince the Penderbrooks to change their ways. Thornton seems pretty desperate to talk to you again.
Fine. I'll call Thornton, but I'm drawing the line at hand-holding. Honestly, I have no idea what I saw in him in the first place.
Me? Either. Good luck on your mission, Agent Mendoza.
That's really cute, but you should know that your side is the second last one I want to be on.
What's the first?
His.
Oh, Lacey, it's true, isn't it? Absence really does make the heart grow fonder. So I take it you've changed your mind about the way my family conducts its, affairs? Oh, that's wonderful news. We're just about to have our next gathering, and I know Daddy would love to see us back together. Actually, I shouldn't be talking about this over the phone. Tell me where you are, and I'll come get you right away. Excellent! See you soon, my sweet. Noomi Kovacs, you really are a miracle worker.
Happy I could help.
I'd love to repay you, but Lacey's agreed to meet me, and one mustn't keep the lady waiting. Tell you what, help yourself to some freshly brewed coffee, and once I'm back, I'll treat you to the finest meal a food truck can offer. Oh, I can't wait to start making up for lost time.
Gross. Hope you like your coffee hot.
Oh, look what you did to my duds. Now I'm gonna have to go shower and change.
Wait! Go see Turn first.
Oh, that's cute. It thinks it can tell me what to do. Oh, that shower was exactly what I needed. I think I look even better than before.
Ugh. Hope you like your coffee hot.
Oh, look what you did to my duds. Now I'm gonna have to go shower and change.
Wait!
Oh. Oh, that shower was exactly what I...
They're all locked. No need for that. I'm clean as a whistle. Marvelous mane. Whether 4 legs or 2, we'll add thickness to your dew. It's a shampoo for horses. Must belong to Horace. It's a long shot, but maybe this will even the playing field. Hope you like your coffee hot.
Oh, look what you did to my duds. Now I'm gonna have to go shower and change.
Wait! Go see Turn first.
Oh, that's cute. It thinks it can tell me what to do. You want to keep doing this all day, that's fine by me. I love having an excuse to primp.
Yeah, you really look great.
Business as usual.
Yikes.
What?
Nothing. I just wanted to talk to you for a second.
Well, I've had about enough of these shenanigans. This better be about a mission.
Pack your things.
Now we're talking. Where are you sending me?
The unemployment office.
I don't follow you.
Which is exactly why I'm firing you. Noomi and I will be handling the field from now on.
You think you two can replace me? Neither of you got what I bring in the looks department.
Oh, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Hand your keycard to Noomi on your way out. Here's how we'll play it. You distract Penderbrook for as long as you can, and I'll plant the tracker on him. Any questions?
How should I distract him?
Get on his good side and keep him talking. Pendy likes to keep things short, but he'll open up if if you find a common interest.
Why can't I pick his pocket?
He knows and trusts me. You hovering around him would just put him on edge.
What if we get caught?
Then we get fired. Hopefully it won't come to that.
Let's do this. To Arthur, all the best, Pierre Lapiette. De la Croix Grand Prix, 1947.
Well, if it isn't my two finest agents. I just spoke to Sebastian and he's really getting used to life above ground. That was some amazing work considering it's only your first week.
You can thank Noomi for that. She did most of the legwork. Wow. I never appreciated what a fantastic view you have here. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
By all means.
Well, quite the heat wave we're having, huh?
I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, it's a real scorcher out there.
Well, as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, I have some business to attend to, and I'm going to have to ask you in turn to leave. Turn?
Well, quite the heat wave we're having, huh?
I hadn't noticed. Turn? Turn. What's your hand doing in my pocket? Is that a tracker in your hand?
Yeah, I found it in there.
I see what's going on here. You're starting to believe the nonsense Sebastian and his team have been spouting. Well, you can both pack your things. Penderbrook Motors has no need for saboteurs.
Well, quite the heat wave we're having, huh?
I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, it's a real scorcher out there.
Well, as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, I have some business to attend to, and I'm going to have to ask you in turn to leave. Turn? 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 What's your hand doing in my pocket? Is that a tracker in your hand?
Yeah, I found it in there.
I see what's going on here. You're starting to believe the nonsense Sebastian and his team have been spouting. Well, you can both pack your things. Penderbrook Motors has no need for saboteurs. Well, if it isn't my two finest agents. I just spoke to Sebastian and he's really getting used to life above ground. That was some amazing work considering it's only your first week.
You can thank Noomi for that. She did most of the legwork. Wow. I never appreciated what a fantastic view you have here. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
By all means.
Well, I'm in the market for a new car. I was wondering which one of yours you'd recommend the most.
That's very charming, but I know your salary and I don't think you're in the market for a Penderbrook quite yet.
I thought there might be an employee discount.
We're a car manufacturer, not a suburban record shop. You might want to try one of those used car lots.
I can see where your son gets his charm.
Now, is that all you came down here for?
I noticed you're a fellow fan of Pierre Lapierre.
Ah, a woman who knows her car history. You're going to fit in here just fine. Did you know my father personally handcrafted the car that won him his first major award? Second place at the 47 Delacroix Grand Cup. After that, he refused to race anything but a Penderbrook.
With a car like that, you'd think he'd come in first place.
But he did come in first. Unfortunately, the judges deducted points for unsportsmanlike behavior. The old scamp was caught trying to let air out of an opponent's tires before the race. But he won fair and square after they were refilled.
I admire his determination.
Well, if everybody played by the rules, we wouldn't need the likes of you and Mr. Turner over here now, would we?
Very true, sir.
Now, that can't be the only reason you came down here.
Mr. Penderbrook, I want to tell you a story. It's the story of a young girl growing up in a small town. A girl who wants nothing more than to travel the world as a secret agent. She studies hard, goes to all the right schools, aces her government placement exam, but when the time comes, they tell her they have no use for her. The job's too dangerous for a woman, they say. But she knows she can prove them wrong. So, she gets a job in the private sector.
Yes, and the girl is you. That's quite the twist. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's been a long day, so I'm going to have to show you both out. Where's Turn? Turn?
Well, I'm in the market for a new car. I was wondering which one of yours you'd recommend the most.
That's very charming, but I know your salary and I don't think you're in the market for a Penderbrook quite yet.
I thought there might be an employee discount.
We're a car manufacturer, not a suburban record shop. You might want to try one of those used car lots.
I can see where your son gets his charm.
Now, is that all you came down here for?
I noticed you're a fellow fan of Pierre Lapierre.
Ah, a woman who knows her car history. You're going to fit in here just fine. Did you know my father personally handcrafted the car that won him his first major award? Second place at the 47 Delacroix Grand Cup. After that, he refused to race.
You're right behind
anything
me.
but a
Were you even
Penderbrook.
listening to any of this?
Sorry, I didn't space out when Noomi rambles on like this. We just came by to tell you that your son is working hard to restaff the office, and everything should be up and running by next week.
Very good. Now, if there isn't anything else you want to discuss, I do have a plane to catch.
We'll show ourselves out.
See that you do.
Great. Now that he's gone, we can use his machine to see where he's headed. All right. Now to just pinpoint Penderbrook's location. Uh-oh, looks like he's on the move. Where is he headed? Sure is making a lot of pit stops. He's definitely taking the scenic route. Gotcha! Now, just fire up that helicopter.
Horace! What are you still doing here?
Tried heading home, but it turns out my landlord kicked me out a couple months back. And here I thought you only had to pay rent for the times you're actually there.
No, that's a hotel.
Life on the road really can mess a fellow up.
Are you saying you're homeless now?
I prefer to think of myself as sleeping with the pigeons. Though I'm not sure how these guys can stand it under all those feathers. I'm sweltering up here in this heat.
We can't have you hanging around the building if you don't work here anymore.
Oh, come on, Turnerino. I got nowhere else to go.
You, still know how to fly a chopper?
You still have a position in the field for me?
I kind of filled it already. But I guess I could.
No! What's wrong with you? He's been blackmailing you for years.
Yeah, but his hair's grown back.
Show some spine.
You're right. No, you can't have your old job back. Helicopter only.
It has air conditioning.
Good enough for me. Let's go.
Please, don't press the button. It's so cold out here.
I tried to warn you, Sebastian.
Well, if it isn't Arthur Penderbrook, I was wondering when you'd come by to gloat.
I did everything I could to stop this. I told the soothmaker your work was doomed, that it couldn't change anything.
You never believed in me.
No? I suppose you think it was just luck. You found that paperclip in your previous cell.
I noticed there isn't one here this time.
It's all run on computer now. And now that they suspect I helped you, they won't let me anywhere near the mainframe.
Don't try to play the saint. You're the one who brought me back here.
If I hadn't, I'd be exactly where you are, along with my entire family.
Then that's what you should have done.
Please! You think we're going to spend the rest of our lives behind bars because you have a thing for flower power?
Thornton, I had no idea it was take your idiot to work day.
Well, I think it's time someone washed out that filthy mouth of yours.
No!
Stop it, Thornton.
You never let me have any fun.
I came by to warn you. After the ceremony, the soothmaker is going to make you an offer. You can forego your sentence if you join us.
What's to stop me from turning against him once they set me free?
Well, you won't be free exactly. Since you're first generation, you'll have to spend the rest of your days in their underground compound.
So I'd be trading one prison for another.
It's the opposite of prison. We'd live there ourselves if we weren't assigned to the surface. You'll be in a world filled with all the art, technology, and medical advancements that are too revolutionary for the public.
Do you realize how arrogant that is? If the world isn't ready for these things, then why are they? Who made them God?
They did. And you'd be a fool not to join them. What do you say?
No, I won't sell out my world to live in an easier one.
Pearls before swine. Let's go, Daddy. If we hurry, we can take in that new Bollywood picture before it gets shelved.
Whoops! Sorry about that, Thornton.
Really? Seems like you were kind of aiming for him.
How did you two find this place?
Planted a tracker in your pocket.
I should have known better than to let my guard down around a spy, even my own.
We're here to save Sebastian, and you're going to help us.
And why would I do that?
Because if you don't, we'll have you arrested.
You underestimate Decilio's reach. They have the power to clean up any mess you're capable of making.
Maybe. But I have a feeling they're not going to be too happy to find out you're the reason for that mess.
You know, I liked you a whole lot better when you had hair.
That makes two of us.
Honestly, I think you look fine like this.
So what's it going to be, Arthur? Are you going to help us get Sebastian out of here or not?
It's not going to be a simple extraction. They've planted a device inside Sebastian that will allow them to track his every move.
How do we get it out of him?
We can't. It's a special nanotechnology embedded in his bloodstream.
A nano what?
You'll be hearing more about it in years to come. Once Decilio releases it to the masses, that is.
That's what that shot was! I'm doomed!
Not necessarily. Before a technology and its creator are about to be shelved, Legacy members are allowed to challenge the Soothmaker.
You weirdos have a crazy name for everything, don't you?
The Soothmaker sets all the laws of the land. If you can get your hands on a Legacy pin, you'll be allowed to challenge him for his title. Then you'll be able to free Sebastian.
How often do people win these debates?
Well, that's the thing. He's been undefeated since 1882.
Sounds like this Soothmaker has quite the gift of gab.
Not to mention pretty old.
Those are both massive understatements. No one's been able to prove it, but I'm certain the Soothmaker has been using shelved technology to maintain his position. He's lived far longer than any human should, and his mind is quicker and more knowledgeable than any I've ever seen. He's fixed the rules to match his skills, which has made him pretty much undefeatable. You'll need to find out his secret weapon if you stand a chance at winning the debate.
Alright, so, get a legacy pin, stop the Soothmaker from using whatever he's using, and then win a debate in front of a bunch of masked weirdos. Anything else we're missing?
Yes. Don't get caught.
I don't think he'll be needing this anymore. Here sits Sebastian D. Cartwright, a brilliant inventor, but too proud to accept membership into our fine institution. For his stubbornness, Cartwright will be incarcerated until his technology is deemed safe to release to the public in 2038. Vivat Docilio, Fortis Docilio. Balloons filled with helium? This place has everything. This must be where the debate takes place. This must be where the debate takes place. Behold our idol, the manatee Hugh, here to remind us why we do what we do.
Oh, cute.
Locked. We'll need to find a key if we want to go in there. This ficus has seen better days. They must have dragged the ocean to recover it. Well, look at that. I guess someone at Docilio managed to recover the ficus.
I know that voice.
Lacey?
If it isn't my old roommate, Clara. Welcome to the Docilio Fair.
What are you doing here?
I'm here with my lovely fiancé, Thornton, who I love very deeply. He's shown me the error of my rebellious ways, and I've decided it's better to beat them than join them.
I think you mean, it's better to join them than beat them.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. So what brings you here?
I'm here to see a mutual friend of ours, and to make sure he gets home safe.
I was hoping you'd say that. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Let me know if you come up with something. It's what I'm here for.
Will do.
Vivat Docilio!
I don't speak whatever it is that you're speaking.
Oh, you must be new as well. It's our standard greeting. I say Vivat Docilio, and you say Fortis Docilio.
Right. Fortis Docilio.
There you go. How are you today, fellow Docilite?
You seem pretty chipper.
Of course I'm chipper. I've just become a member of the most powerful secret society in the world.
Congratulations!
You Docilites are just so welcoming. Or should I say, we Docilites are just so welcoming.
What's so dangerous about a key?
A key? Ha! This isn't just any key. This is a universal key. It's an actual key to the city, or town, or village, wherever you want to use it, really. Just hold it up to any lock and you'll be able to unlock that baby in a matter of seconds. Obviously, this would have made all locks obsolete and would have been a huge disrupting force in the world's economy, which is why I'm here.
How did you become a Docilite?
That's a funny story, actually. I was driving home from the patent office when two vans came up and drove me off the road. The next thing I know, I'm waking up in that wacky zoo they got going over there. After a few sprays to the old noggin, the soothmaker comes up to me and tells me I can either join this amazing group or spend the rest of my life as a cautionary tale. What an amazing offer, right?
Right. Can I have one of these?
No way, Jose. You'll have to wait until 2021 like everyone else. That That's when everything's going to be running on fingerprints.
Bye.
Doodles!
Vivat Docilio!
Fortis Docilio. What movie are you showing?
Oh boy, you really gotta want to check this one out. It's called, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce this one, to be honest, but it's a real whooper of a story. It takes place in this world where everyone's hooked up to these computers, but no one really knows it, see? So the main guy has to go to war with all the computers so people can see the world for what it really is, which ain't so good. They did a showing of it in New Delhi last month, but people started asking way too many questions. Can computers actually do that? Are we in a computer right now? How did they make the camera move all fancy like that? Well, pretty soon after that, we swept in and destroyed all the copies. Except for this one, of course.
What happens to a movie after it gets shelved?
It gets destroyed like all the others, but they keep a copy of the script so they can remake it whenever the soothmaker says it's ready.
Seems like a waste.
You're preaching to the converted, kid. If you ask me, the original's always better.
Do you think we're actually in a computer simulation?
Well, I'm not a legacy, so I've never actually been inside the shelving zone. But let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you're not exactly in control of what you're doing? Like someone else is making the decisions for you?
Now that I think of it, yeah. Almost all the time.
Well, there you go.
I've got to go. Vivat Docilio.
Fortis Docilio!
Not sure how to pronounce this, but it sure looks good. Vivat Docilio.
Fortis Docilio.
I noticed you have a pin.
Yeah, it's mine, and you can't have it.
Ugh, something wrong?
I'm too young.
Oh, hey, I know it might feel that way, but one day you'll look back and miss these times.
No, I'm too young to see the movie. They're gonna destroy it after the fair's over, and they're not gonna remake it for 23 years. It's so unfair. Everyone knows the original's always better.
If I could get you into the movie, would you let me borrow that pin?
I guess, but I don't know how you'd pull that off.
Leave that to me to figure out.
Sure, whatever you say.
That big red button is pretty tempting, but he's been through enough. No. Pressing that button is exactly what one of those Docilio creeps would do. Though, if I'm pretending to be one of those Docilio creeps, maybe I should press the button. Real moral dilemma here. Sebastian, this is going to hurt you a lot more than it will hurt me.
Did you find a way to get me into the movie?
I'm working on it.
Well, work harder.
Any way you could let this kid in?
If the computer shows they're underage, I can't let him in.
Please?
Look, lady, I'd love to. But you know how big this place is on rules. They catch me doing a thing like that, then I'll never see the surface again.
I think I might need your help after all.
Let's hear it.
I could really use one of those universal keys, but she won't let me.
Oh, yeah. That one's a real eager beaver. There's no way she's gonna just let you have one. If you were to distract her, though, I might be able to do something.
How do you suggest I do that?
Try riling her up. She acts all sunshine and roses, but I think that's because she's trying to ignore the compromise she's made in joining.
We'll give it a shot.
I think you mean you'll give it a shot?
Right. Sorry.
Oh, get it together, Kovacs.
Vivat Docilio!
Fortis Docilio. Can I ask you a question?
Of course. What would you like to know?
Don't you realize the harm you're doing to the world?
Of course! That's why I joined. Once the Soothmaker explained what a disrupting force this little doodad would be, I realized the error of my ways and signed up immediately.
Let me try this again. Are you happy? I mean, really happy?
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm happy, especially now. I mean, Docilio is a wonderful, wonderful organization, which I could not be happier to be a part of.
Okay, but how does it feel to be a sellout?
A sellout?
That's what you are, aren't you?
Oh, I see. You're testing my loyalty. Well, if being a sellout is what it takes to be a part of this wonderful group, then I couldn't be happier to be one.
Okay, let's try this again. Don't you wish people could actually use your invention instead of just sitting in a hole until it doesn't matter anymore?
Well, sure. I mean, every inventor wants to make a difference, but not too much of a difference, right? It's like the Soothmaker says. Whenever you make a change, the world has to rearrange. You don't want to rearrange things too much.
What's the point of being an inventor then?
I had two choices, all right? Either join these people or spend the rest of my life in their weird human zoo. Don't you think I'd like to be out there trying to advance the world instead of slowing it down? But that's not how it works. It's just not how it works.
Good to know. Thanks for being so honest. Did you get the key?
Sure did. Here. Go long!
Go long?
I got this.
Check under the doormat. Now, to just find the right combination. That keyhole won't fit more than 3 of these. That looks about right. Now, to just make a few changes.
Warning. Vocabulary functions are currently being upgraded. Making changes to the Docilite Age database may corrupt the augmentation process. Do you wish to proceed? Augmentation resumed.
It's a Docilio calendar. It says today is the annual day of shelving. Auction to start at 7, followed by snacks and dancing. I hope they booked a good DJ.
We are not hitting the dance floor. It's hard enough to walk.
It's a list of everything that's being shelved this year. Looks like the ficus is up second. Oh, the poor manatee. What do you think, Tern? Should we wake him?
Don't you dare.
No wonder he wins all those debates. He's part computer. Let's try this again.
Warning. Vocabulary functions are currently being upgraded. Making changes to the Docilite Age database may corrupt the augmentation process. Do you wish to proceed? Age requirement removed for all cinematic events. Warning. Advanced vocabulary functions have been corrupted in the Soothmaker database. Rhyming dictionary disabled.
Computers are so efficient. All right, in the world of Docilio, you're officially an adult.
Yes!
Now hand over the pin.
Okay, but if this doesn't work, I want it back.
It'll work.
We have 26 million. Do I hear 27? Small price for this thick slice of heaven. It's the first mining vehicle that fully functions in space. Make your bid now, or you'll have egg on your face. Going once, going twice, to Solaris' CEO. When it gets released in 35 years, he'll be rolling in the dough. Sold! And now, as a sacrifice to our manatee, Hugh, we temporarily bequeath this tribute to you. Vivat Docirio, Fortis Docirio.
Vivat Docirio, Fortis Docirio.
What a bunch of creeps.
So, wait. Hab is in charge of Docilio?
Ah, makes sense. He started consulting for us right around the time Sebastian went missing. He probably made a deal with Penderbrook so he could use our office as his private war room.
I bet that computer's why he's able to rhyme so well. What kind of person just speaks in haiku?
Our next acquisition on the vehicular docket is bound to make your stock skyrocket. We're holding this car back because it's a threat to big oil, running only on plants, water, air, and soil. It won't hit the world till 2038, but trust me, friends, it's well worth the wait. Now, before we begin in this beauteous show, are there any objections to the manner in which this was dealt with? That didn't sound right at all.
Looks like that augmentation's starting to wear off. Time to speak up.
I object! The Ficus and its inventor should both be released. You've overstepped your bounds and we're all being fleeced. It's time to elect a brand new Soothmaker. The one we have now is a real troublemaker.
A challenge to the Soothmaker from a legacy member. Bring her up to the stage so I can crush this contender. Wait a minute, that rhyme was off too. Is it possible I'm coming down with the flu?
You gonna debate me or what?
Very well. All statements we make must rhyme like a poem. If you can't pull that off, you'll be asked to go home. Winner shall be determined by popular vote. I elect to go first, since I've warmed up my throat.
Knock yourself out.
Round one.
For years I've kept this world more docile and calm, holding back discoveries that would hit like a bomb. Letting this car go would be the deadliest error. That you think we should shows you're no fortune, teller.
Personal attack.
Before we begin, can we address the elephant in the room? The slant rhymes you're dropping would make Shakespeare twirl in his tomb.
Personal attack.
I was only slant rhyming to give you a chance. But if you want a true challenge, come on now, let's dance!
Round two.
Think of that loopy inventor we'd have to set free. Setting him loose out there would give us a new
redemption.
That's not even close to a rhyme. It's the opposite of what I meant. This devious charlatan's trying to change my intent.
Overreaching.
All right. Change of rules. We no longer need to rhyme. In fact, if anyone does, they'll receive a small fine.
Penalty.
Ah!
Round 3.
Okay, let's say we release this. You know what happens next? 300 million cars. Obsolete. Oil. Worthless. A worldwide economic collapse, the likes of which have never been seen. Is that what you want? Is it?
Fearmonger!
The world is in need of a huge seismic shift. The disruption you describe would be a much welcome gift.
Anarchist, anarchist! Did you hear what she said? This so-called docilite would rather see us all, not alive.
Massive overreach!
You meant to say dead, didn't you?
No, I meant to say violation. Deduct another point for rhyming.
Penalty.
Fine. You want to set this car free? Then what do we do with the inventor? He's seen all our rituals, the entire epicenter. Oh, it's working again. Penalty removed.
We could make a deal with this man instead of putting him under lock and key. Come to a mutually arranged agreement to which both sides agree.
Compromise.
Oh yes, let's trust a man who's gone up against us twice. Maybe we can make him Soothmaker too.
Well, if that's what we do, at least he'd be better than you.
And the winner is Soothmaker.
Well, here we are. Your pathetic defeat. It serves you right for messing with the king of the elite. I'm sure you can show your strange body to the door. As a proven usurper, you're not welcome here anymore. For years I've kept this world more docile and calm, holding back discoveries that would hit like a bomb. Letting this car go would be the deadliest error. That you think we should shows you're no fortune, teller.
Personal attack.
Technology is only a threat when it's bound to succeed. But this pathetic vehicle can be stopped by a weed. It's destined to make its manufacturer broke. Seeing it as a threat makes us look like a joke.
Refuted.
Hear that? And I did it without having to resort to a slant rhyme.
I was only slant rhyming to give you a chance. But if you want a true challenge, come on now, let's dance!
Round 2.
Think of that loopy inventor we'd have to set free. Setting him loose out there would give us a new...
Victory!
Yes, that's it! Sending him back in the world would give us a new victory.
I'm glad you agree.
Wait, no!
This is a subterfuge.
Oh, come on, that wasn't a true rhyme either.
Oh, so you can tell the difference.
Oh, right. Change of rules. We no longer need to rhyme. In fact, if anyone does, they'll receive a small fine.
Penalty.
Ah!
Round 3.
Okay, let's say we release this. You know what happens next? 300 million cars! Obsolete! Oil! Worthless! A worldwide economic collapse, the likes of which have never been seen. Is that what you want? Is it?
Fearmonger!
You fear this car as much as my ability to rhyme. Maybe the real problem is that you're way past your prime.
Personal attack.
That doesn't answer my concern, and you're not supposed to rhyme. I'm deducting a point for that linguistic, infraction.
Penalty.
Fine. You want to set this car free? Then what do we do with the inventor? He's seen all our rituals, the entire epicenter. Oh, it's working again. Penalty removed.
He escaped once before and probably will again. Another Docilio problem from the Soothmaker's awful brain.
No, this new cell is impossible to escape.
Oh, so you knowingly put him in an easy-to-escape cell. Sounds like the judgment of someone mentally unwell.
Double personal attack. And the winner is Challenger.
What? She can't be the new Soothmaker. Docilites, can't you see? This woman's ideas are just as misshapen as the body that makes them.
Hey, that's just mean.
You got in there, didn't you? You got in there and messed with my head. I couldn't access my rhymes. It was like my brain was,
Dead? Guards, bring Mr. Cartwright to me. And remove this man from the stage.
I'll never rhyme again. Turn! Noomi! You're not a large misshapen docilite.
Not anymore, we're not.
What are you doing here?
We're here to rescue Sebastian and undo the damage we've been a part of.
Oh, no. I don't think we can allow that. Guards, put these three in the zoo. What's that noise? Is that a helicopter? We're not shelving one of those this year. Wait!
We're getting out of here, Hap, and we're taking Sebastian with us.
Are you sure you don't want to be a part of our world instead?
A bunch of masked weirdos burying cool stuff in the woods? I think I'm good.
You might have forgotten that Docilio holds back all kinds of advancements. Culture, science, technology, medical breakthroughs.
Uh-oh.
We shelved the one you want about 10 years back. Real miracle cure. Almost took some myself, but I like it cool up top. We decided it'd be too big a hit on the hat industry. Not to mention wigs. You look different, by the way. Older? Less confident?
Turn, we have to go now.
Oh, don't let my rambling stop you. You'll be able to get it once it hits the market. In about 60 years.
No, I want it now.
I think you'll find Docilio can be pretty accommodating, especially when it comes to our own.
Come on, Turn. Now or never.
What do you say, Turn? Isn't it about time you joined the side you've been working for all these years?
You can't do this, Turn.
Why not?
Because... Because you look better this way. Trust me.
You think you can sway me with flattery? I threw my entire career away for a shot at this. Even betrayed my partner.
That was the old you. You've changed since then. When you were trapped on that rooftop, I could have blackmailed you into coming down to help me. But I didn't. I let you make the decision for yourself because I knew you'd do the right thing. Do you really want to go back to the way things were before? The person you really were back then?
Of course I do. But we have a mission to complete.
Bring her up, Horace. We got a car that needs releasing.
What? No! You won't be able to hide from us forever. Sooner or later, you'll run into a member.
That's still a slant rhyme.
What's wrong with me tonight?